Hello, welcome back to Taking Tea with Catherine, and I'm Catherine, and this is Thai Fu Gold, which is delicious. It's not too different from Yorkshire Gold in that it's a full-bodied, delicious tasting tea that you could have for breakfast or with lunch or whenever you want it. I can't have it at night, let's face it. But it's really good, and Thai Fu's been around for a while, so it can be considered a classic, which means I'm going to be talking about classics today. But not just classics. I'm also going to be talking about August in general and my TBR, which I will call the low pressure TBR of the month, which is a little bit ironic because I have selected something that's not very low pressure. But July is coming to a close. I loved Jane Austen July, made the month of July wonderful, and I'm not going to let go of Jane Austen altogether in August, as you'll see. But I have so many other books I'm reading. The last post I went into all the library books I have out, and I finished 2 of them, and they were both good, but you know, I have so many still, and I may not finish all of them, but I still want to continue with them, so I can't give myself too much. I also have time off, which will mostly consist of visitors coming, and I'm looking forward to very much, but it just takes a little time away from my reading. Good and bad, you know what I'm talking about. So I selected 3 books for this month, and let's just get into it. This is a continuation from Jane Austen July, because I started this month and I heard about it from Jane Austen July booktubers, and it's Unequal Affections, which is a bit of a what if. You know, like a retelling. I like retellings. I don't always like retellings, but I like it when it's an intriguing what if. It's like, you know, when the thought of, can you go back in time and change a certain thing that happened and what will happen? Well, I mean, this is fiction, so you can't really time travel to Pride and Prejudice. But what if Elizabeth Bennet was proposed to the first time by Mr. Darcy and didn't get into that explosive argument and didn't turn him down? What if she accepted? What would happen? This book explores it, and so I'm looking forward to finishing it. I started it, but I don't know what's going to happen. Very exciting. Jane Austen is not over. Now, I do like doing challenges because it really keeps me reading, it keeps me focused, but like I said, August and September are going to be busy months, and I didn't want to give myself too much pressure. That being said, I saw a really lovely challenge by Lucy the Reader, who is a very lovely booktuber who I enjoy. She's very much into classics, and she has one called Classicsathon, which is as low or high pressure as you want to make it, because the entire thing is you must read 1 classic. 1! And I'm not sure exactly where it dates from. I can't remember if it's before 1970 or if it is 70 years ago, but I'll link the link down below so you can see for yourself. Anyway, my choices cover it anyway. And I just like the idea that you can choose 1 and you're still participating, or you can choose 10 and you're participating. Wonderful. I just love reading classics, but I also like reading mysteries, and I didn't want to make this a mystery month, even though I was going to, but then I thought, oh, it's too warm for mysteries, I don't know. But I also kind of wanted to get into it, and I picked something that is technically a classic. It's not that big, not that long, and it's one of my favorite writers, though, even though I haven't read a lot of her books, to be honest. I mean, I did in the past, but I haven't reread a lot of them, and I haven't read the entire... She read so many books. She wrote, I mean, she probably read 2. She wrote so many books. She died the year I was born, which I don't know why I find that such a connection. That's kind of creepy, actually. But I say that because I was looking up her, like the bestsellers from the week that I was born, when I saw someone else do that for their booktube challenge, and I saw that her book was the top fiction, and I said, oh, and I've always liked this writer from what I've read about her things. I sort of played her in a school play. I don't even want to get into that, but if you haven't guessed who it is yet, ta-da! Agatha Christie, The Mysterious Affair at Styles. Now, I know I've seen the dramatization by David Suchet of Hercule Poirot. This is his first story. I don't know if it's her first book, totally, but it's definitely her first Poirot, which was her breakout. And, I mean, who doesn't love... Well, some people might not. But anyway, so I don't really know much about it, even though I know I saw the dramatization. I've always liked even more than the books, because like I said, I've only read a few of the books, and most of them is Miss Marple. But I've liked the television dramas that they've had on, I don't know if it was BBC, but it was on public television here, and it was kind of concurrent with the Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes. So what's not to love? So yeah, I want to get back into Agatha Christie a little more fully. So this was definitely, I thought, very convenient. I'm covering up very convenient. So I'm going to read that, and I'll let you know if I like it, and I probably will. So we've come to another classic now. I am not going to go nuts here, because I've heard really wonderful things about this, and I read A Gentleman in Moscow and really loved it, and he referred to this writer. I have read something from this writer before, but I didn't finish it. My sister has recommended this, a coworker has recommended this. I will not finish this in August unless some massive miracle happens, and I hope I don't break my wrist as I lift this up. Yes, it's about time. It is about time that I read War and Peace, indeed. Or at least start it. I have not even started it. I started Anna Karenina, and because of a spoiler as to its ending in jeopardy, I almost threw the book against the wall and said, well, I can't read this now. Yes, I can. But I just haven't yet. I haven't finished Anna Karenina, and I may eventually, but I've heard so many actually good things about War and Peace. The only thing I've heard negative is that sometimes it's hard to keep track of names. You know, so many different names, and if you're not used to all the Russian names, it can be a little intimidating. But you know what? I am willing to be a little bit intimidated in this way. I've heard the story is great. I don't know much about it, just from little, blurbs, but I am willing to just go right into it, and I just hope I love it. I think I will, and I will let you know. It is a classic. The classic. You know what I mean? Because it's so big that people just, when you think of big classics, you think of what, Les Miserables, and you think of War and Peace, right? I know that there's a lot of other classics I want to read, and especially a lot of Victorian classics, but rumor has it there will be a challenge regarding Victorian novels coming up in the future, so I'm going to hold off a little bit on that, and I really do think I have enough here for classics. So anyway, just that's a little sum up. That's my mild TBR. Mild? What do you think? I would love to hear your choices for books that you're interested in reading for August, because I just love talking about books. I love hearing about books. And if any of you plan to read War and Peace next month, I would really like to hear about it, because buddy read. But no, I don't do too many buddy reads. But we'll see. Your opinions on any of the books that I've mentioned are always welcome. If you have a TBR that you're coming up with, I think links and comments are not recommended, but you can at least mention it in your comments, and I will find you and I will watch it, because I love it all. And that is all for now. I tried to keep this short. I kept it under 10 minutes. Miracles do happen. Yay! This has been Catherine, Taking Tea with Catherine, and I hope you've been enjoying your reading and enjoying your summer. Bye!